You're more likely to be a people pleaser as a highly sensitive person for these 3 reasons. So because you're more empathetic, it's easier to feel guilty. You struggle to put yourself to the forefront. And when others are uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable. So oftentimes it's easier just to say, you know what, I'll sacrifice my needs. I will take care of you even if I suffer. Second reason is it's really hard to set boundaries. It's hard to say no to decline an invite or a request for support because you have that fear of conflict. Conflict is really overstimulating. You worry about someone getting angry at you or being frustrated and then needing to deal with the aftermath of that. It can get really intense when you feel your emotions more deeply and you're more aware of subtle body language and tones of voice. You pick up on those cues and they're a lot louder. And the last reason is HSPs, we really struggle with doubting that our needs are real. So you've grown up probably being told you're too sensitive, you need to toughen up, your intuition is off, I'm not experiencing that, you must not be either. So we learn to question our needs because 70% of the other people in the world are not having our experience. We're not needing to deeply process and feeling everything deeply and noticing the little details and being more attuned to your environment. So you're oftentimes not seeing your experience reflected back, so it's easy to doubt that your needs are real and then advocate for those needs. So if this is true for you, if you get stuck in people-pleasing mode, putting yourself aside to take care of others, the most important thing to do is just build in a pause before you say yes. It can be really hard work to undo people-pleasing. It's probably been years in the making, but that's somewhere you can start. Just taking a moment. So if someone texts you or calls you or reaches out or even in person in the moment, just say, let me think about that. You may still say yes, but just starting the process of checking in. What are my needs? What do I feel is the right answer for me? Just checking in with your gut instincts. And then eventually over time, maybe you get to a no or at least a compromise saying, yeah, I can do that, but can we do it at a different time or a different place? Or I can go out, but only for an hour. You find other ways to say yes on your own terms. Because remember that relationships, when they're one-sided, where you're putting in a lot of the work, your needs don't get to take up space, it's easy for resentment to build. So when resentment builds, it's harder to have a healthy relationship. So not only are you suffering because you're feeling resentful, but the other person is not even aware that there's an imbalance. So it helps both people when you're able to put your needs at least a little bit more to the forefront.